Hi friends, I'm here with Minister Minalika, an absolute dear sister in Christ. We have become such good friends. I absolutely adore this woman. And today is her very first podcast, and we are just going to sit back and let you take it from here.
Hi everyone, I am Minister Menalika Baselli, and I'm here in my wonderful friend Sheila York's studio. Isn't it fabulous? I just love it. I love the Lion of Judah. That's why I wanted to be here. Today is Friday, May 9th, 2025, and it's a very special day, not only because this is the beginning of my podcast that's going to be called the CathiCostal. And if you're wondering what that is, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But because this day is special, it's special because one of my old high school classmates is being laid to rest today in Louisiana. I only pray that before they left this earth, that they were able to make certain things right and to be at peace with God. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So, back to the CathiCostal. If you're wondering what in the world is that, you're going to have to stay tuned for more podcasts to come. But CathiCostal was brought to my spirit after many, I would say experiences, prayers, meditation, prophecies, not the actual word CathiCostal, but just things that have been happening in my life, in my spiritual walk and journey. CathiCostal comes from Catholic and Pentecostal. So I'll let that sink in for a moment. I was reared a Catholic from a child, and at the age of 16, I walked away from the Catholic faith for many reasons that had nothing to do with something being wrong with the Catholic Church. It was a particular priest that I was dealing with in a very dark time in my life. And from there, I went on a journey into many more New Age type religions. And then from there, Jesus came after me. He stalked me, actually, into the kingdom. And again, I will be able to share more about that as time goes on. But God has a sense of humor, folks. And in that sense of humor, there was a time when I said to the Lord, when I got saved, I said, Lord, you know how I feel about your little Christian club. I'm not too impressed with a lot of these people. And why am I not impressed? Because many of them seem to be hypocrites, okay? And so I wanted nothing to do with this hypocritical club. And I said, let's make a deal, as if God makes deals. I said, I will be in any one of those hundreds and thousands of Protestant religions you have out there, Baptists, Methodists, whatever, but except one, and that's Pentecostal. I said, because you know, they levitate and foam at the mouth and do all sorts of crazy things. That's what I heard anyway. And what did God do in his sense of humor? He put me in a Pentecostal church. And not just the regular Pentecostal church. I'm talking about the one where the women wear no makeup, their hair is down to their ankles, their dresses are down to their ankles, no makeup, no jewelry, no nothing. That's the kind of Pentecostal church he put me in. But it was a wonderful growth phase of my life. I learned so much. I learned how to read the Bible, I learned how to pray, cast out demons. I shouldn't say cast out demons. I became more aware of what they were about. The whole casting out demons, no. He threw me into the deep end, and that'll be a whole nother episode as well. So, again, if you're wondering where did she get this name CathiCostal? That's how I came up with the name. And part of why I am doing this is because I feel that the Lord is saying the time has come, but we have to set aside all of these religious titles and names. I'm Catholic, I'm Baptist, I'm Pentecostal, I'm this, I'm that, and fighting amongst so many things. We baptize this way, we baptize that way, we worship this way, we take communion that way. All of that infighting and inbiting has got to stop, because the devil is having a field day, and Lucifer does not care what religion you are. He really doesn't. And guess what, folks? Satanists don't fight amongst each other. They don't. But we who say we believe in Jesus Christ, we fight like the Dickens. Oh, all this inbiting, while the Satan sits back and just laughs. Because divided we fall, united we stand, divided we are falling. We are falling and we are failing. And this has got to stop, because there's so many souls at risk. But I just wanted to give you a little intro today. Look out for the new podcast that's upcoming called the CathiCostal. And I look forward to talking more with you soon. God bless.